welcome back to Izzy's Travel Diaries, and I'm home. This is my kitchen. It was just refurbished this year. What a year to refurb your kitchen. Well, today I'm going to be making mulled wine the way I make it. So before we go on, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on, well, for now, Hungary. But later on, when I go back to traveling, then more travel videos. And also, just like this video if you liked it. And so let's start with the mulled wine. So this is my own recipe. And actually, I do have a recipe blog that I haven't updated in a while. But the recipe is there, and I'll put a link in the description below. So let's see. What do you need? You're going to need cinnamon, of course. And this is my little spice rack. This is ground cloves. Actually, it's not. Where's my ground cloves? Ah, here it is. This is the ground cloves. I'm new to this. You're also going to need oranges and lemons. Well, one lemon. And Hungarian red wine. Well, probably you can't get Hungarian red wine where you are, but I'm using a Hungarian red wine. This isn't the expensive one. It's in euro, less than 2. I usually don't use an expensive red wine for this. It's like, what? And of course, sugar. I use unrefined cane sugar. So, first I'm going to juice all the nifty little things. And I'm going to start with the lemon. And so I cut a lemon up in 2 halves. And what I do, I've done to all the other ones, is that I take a knife and just cut into the little pieces of lemon, because if you use one of these electric juicers, you'll see that they have like it kind of doesn't get the juice out properly, but if you do this, then that's going to be very good. So, and okay, so I juiced all of my oranges and my lemon. And next, let's have a look. How much is this? Ooh. Okay, so this is 250 milliliters. I'm not going to use imperial, people. Now, the ratio is, take your bottle. This is 750 milliliters. So here's my pan. Yeah, that all goes in. Empty. And so you take 750 milliliters of wine, and you have to put in half as much of the juice. So this is 250. That means I'm a terrible head counter. So that would be 350, 375 milliliters of juice. So this is 250. So I add into it to make it 375. A bit more. Okay. I always use one of those water cleaners. I don't use, when I'm at home, any sort of, mineral water or anything. Okay, so now I'm going to put this onto the fire. Cover it. And now we are going to wait for it to heat up. So now I can see a little bubbling, so I put it onto a smaller flame. And we're going to add the sugar now. So I'm going to use, I'm just going to double check, I'm terrible with numbers, 100 grams of unrefined cane sugar. There we go, so 0. Okay, actually I'm not going to use this little spoon because that's going to take forever. Okay. How much was that? Not a lot. More. Still more. Ooh. Just going to show a little bit. Yeah, not much more. And perfect. I actually got this little spoon, it's a wooden spoon, at a fair in Budapest from a vendor. It's very nice. Now, I'm going to stir a bit. So mulled wine you get in Hungary usually at Christmas markets when it's nice and hot. You drink it while it's pretty cool. You may eat some sort of a nice hot food with it, or maybe have kürtös kalács, which is chimney cake. I really love chimney cake. And though you have to be careful because some of the mulled wine isn't that good. They may add tea to it, and and it's pretty expensive actually in fairs usually. But always look for the place where they don't have too many kinds of mulled wine, because usually those aren't very good. Actually, last year at the fair, the Christmas market, we got some hot fruit wine, not mulled wine, because my mom loves my mulled wine. Nothing can compare. So let's go on to the cloves. I'm just going to pop this out. So cloves, you need half a teaspoon. Because cloves are very, very, very intense. So you don't need a lot. Make sure you get the ground one, because if you get these little big pieces, it's not nice. And I have tried, because there was this one time where I couldn't get the ground one, and I tried to ground them up myself or something, but they were so hard, nothing would cut into them, and I suffered. Okay, actually I use this little thing in my coffee usually because I love some cinnamon in my cappuccino. So you need a full teaspoon of cinnamon, ground as well. So I use lemon and oranges in my mulled wine, but some people actually use apple. It's not bad or anything, I just like it this way. And then you gently stir it in because you will see that most of the seasonings are like stuck on the top. So be gentle. Some people also put aniseed in it. I'm not a big fan of aniseed like that. Actually, in Italy, you can get those anise like little crackers. Oh, I love those. Well, I can't eat more than a couple at a time because they're very intense. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't go to Italy this year and I'm missing it so bad. The cheese, I always have pizza and an Aperol Spritz, but though I can make Aperol Spritz at home. And we've got one of those soda machines so that we can always have soda for the Aperol Spritz. So, Christmas in Hungary. I want to make a separate video of Christmas in Hungary, but, well, it's been kind of a hectic Christmas, but anyway, so we celebrate, most of our celebration takes place on the 24th actually. Traditionally, families get their tree and or just like put the ornaments on the tree on the 24th. Like they will have the kids with grandma or something like that, and the parents erect the tree, and they say that the little Jesus brought the tree. I just put this down a bit so that it doesn't boil, because in Hungary actually it's called forradbor, and forrad means boiled, but you're actually not supposed to boil it, you're just supposed to simmer it, just so that not all of the alcohol goes away. It's actually very good for colds and stuff. Anyway, so on the 24th, while the usually the husband is like erecting the Christmas tree and the mom is cooking away in the kitchen. So on the 24th, usually families will have as their dinner, lunch, somewhere in between when you can actually finish everything and get to the eating part. They'll have fisherman soup or fish soup for starter. In Szeged, we have a very famous version called for the fish soup, and it doesn't have pasta. And then you also get some, so for seconds, you get stuffed cabbage. It's stuffed with pork meat and I think rice, but no one in my family likes stuffed cabbage, so we never had it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cooked cabbage as a whole, and we don't actually eat pork in my family, just ham. But regular pork meat, actually most of us can't eat it anyway. I have a bit of a gout, so no pork. And for dessert, we actually, well, we have the bagel. I do have a recipe on my recipe blog for bagel. We didn't make it this year because, well, I've been trying to get gluten-free and I haven't gotten around to getting a gluten-free version. But yeah, bagel is, it's like rolled up dough and it's filled with either nuts, walnuts, or poppy. I actually like the poppy one. I never really liked the walnut one. And Some people do make it with apples. I'm not a fan. So poppy it is for me. I actually do have some ground poppy, and I've been thinking of trying to make something with it, something gluten-free. I have a couple of ideas. Maybe I'll make something in the coming days, and maybe I'll make a video of it. Yeah, and so that's the 24th, and also we opened the presents on the 24th. And in Hungary, they're brought by little Jesus for the kids. Actually, most families aren't that religious. Little Jesus bringing the gifts is like Santa bringing the gifts, so it's not really that serious. It's coming along nicely. Just make sure that all the sugar is dissolved. It's the best to drink the next day. You can heat it up in the microwave or somewhere else. It's actually better to heat it up in the microwave because the alcohol doesn't go away so easily. I'm just going to turn this down. And on the 25th and the 26th, people don't really do all that much. Mostly it's just like eating Christmas leftovers, or if you have family not so near you or that you can get to, then you visit them for the 25th and the 26th. But basically that's it, and they're holidays, so no work, nothing's open. So yeah, it's mostly just having a rest and eating and watching Home Alone again. We always have Home Alone on TV. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of Netflix because TV, it's just the same. It's been the same for like 10 years. They don't show anything new. It's boring. So yeah, and for New Year's, I'll tell you about New Year's in a different video. So I think this is looking good. Let's try a spoon. So here's my little spoon. Let's try this thing. Good. I don't make it too sweet because I don't like too sweet stuff. And this is nice. It still has some alcohol in it. Yeah, so this is my mulled wine. It is mulled wine. And so I'll put a link for my blog and my recipe below. And well, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever you celebrate. Mostly in Hungary it's Christmas. And hopefully 2021 will be a better year. So hopefully next Christmas I'll make a nice little video for you guys somewhere nice. What's your favorite place to have a holiday and for Christmas? I mean, last year, if you check out my previous videos, last year I made a video in my capital city in Budapest for Christmas. A little compilation. You can also see the stuffed Kamischling in there and the bagel. And so I also have some other videos made in my hometown in Szeged, but it like never changes. And we have a curfew at 8 p.m. now, so I didn't go out and make a video there. But yeah, this is my mulled wine. And hopefully next year I can show you Christmas somewhere else. And so yeah, post below. What's your favorite Christmas market? What's your thing for Christmas? Especially in Europe, because yeah, traveling very far, not really in the budget nowadays. So yeah, happy holidays, you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share and make mulled wine, because You're home. So what else are you going to do? Mulled wine and Netflix. Or whatever you want to watch. Happy holidays!